Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at CreditSage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove debt recovery solutions from their credit report, and in many cases without paying the debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, then I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or you believe that debt recovery solutions or any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any other major issues that are really affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or, if no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Just give us a call, and I'll put our number in the description below. So what I want to do today is I want to go through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one that I have here, I think is really important. And that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with debt recovery solutions? And I put this one at the top of the list because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. I mean, few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. Unfortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million. It doesn't matter. You will not be arrested or get jail time. So who is Debt Recovery Solutions and why are they on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? For example, imagine for a moment that you, for whatever reason, have an unpaid card with Capital One, and it's $1,000. Debt Recovery Solutions could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, giving them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, I mean, these companies can make a lot of money doing this, and damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is a primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, what many people don't know is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. So a lot of time, paying it isn't in your best interest and really could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, I've seen where paying the debt can even hurt your score. So keep that in mind. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may also send scary letters, call a lot, even calling your family members and colleagues. And I want to say, too, that if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case that you want to give us a call so that we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Should you negotiate a settlement with Debt Recovery Solutions? Well, settling your debt with Debt Recovery Solutions really kind of depends on your goal. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Why? Because, as I mentioned before, even if you pay the collection, it'll remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. So instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed. And this here is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score. And that negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. Oh, yeah. So how do you remove debt recovery solutions from your credit report? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. That's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but be prepared to spend weeks, maybe months, learning how to do it properly. However, if you hire a professional to handle it for you, and we can ensure that it's done properly the first time and save you all that extra time, that's what we're here for. We've dealt with debt recovery solution accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we can take care of it for you as well if you prefer. Let's see. How can you get debt recovery solutions to stop calling you? Yeah, as I mentioned before, debt recovery solutions calling is their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased. If they haven't started calling you, they probably will soon, which means the only reason they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Will debt recovery solutions try suing or garnishing my wages? Yeah. I'll set your mind at ease. Debt recovery solutions suing is unlikely. I will say it can happen and does happen, but in our experience, it's rare. There are a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect at all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with debt recovery solutions? So yeah, you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Debt Recovery Solutions has purchased. I want to remind you, Debt Recovery Solutions is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. And like we talked about before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. Now, these acts can seem very complicated, but they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use them properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. You can call us today. We can discuss your options. And we look forward to hearing from you. Again, you can find our number in the description area below. Thanks.